Hi. People often ask me what the temperature is like in the Canary Islands, so I decided to make this video to explain the temperature trends here compared to some European locations. The data was obtained from Wikipedia and represents the average minimum and maximum temperatures throughout the year. However, these temperatures are not the perceived temperatures, but those relative to the area. Perceived temperatures, on the other hand, are greatly affected by local humidity, distance from the sea, average wind conditions, and are too often influenced by subjective factors. Let's take 3 of the most popular tourist destinations in the Canary Islands as examples. Las Americas in Tenerife, Maspalomas in Gran Canaria, and Coralejo in Fuerteventura. The average temperatures in these locations throughout the year are as follows. Pause the video if you want to see more details. Taking the average of these locations, we can say that the average temperatures in tourist area of the Canary Islands are as follows. Let's start by comparing the average temperatures of the Canary Islands with those of Spain and Portugal. Let's see how they compare with Madrid, Barcelona, the Balearic Islands, and Lisbon. Climate in Madrid is slightly more similar to that of continental cities, with a significant difference between summer and winter. Someone living in Madrid might enjoy the milder temperatures here in the Canary Islands for most of the year. Comparable temperatures can only be found between May and June and during the last weeks of summer. The temperatures in Barcelona are much more similar to those in the Canary Islands, but with slightly colder winters. The problem in summer for the big city can often be the high humidity, which makes it feel hotter than the actual temperature. In the Balearic Islands, and particularly in Ibiza, we see that temperatures are quite low during the winter and warmer than temperatures in the Canary Islands during the summer months. The months of May, June, and September can have very similar temperatures between the two archipelagos. Lisbon has an oceanic climate, but at higher latitudes, it has lower average temperatures than the Canary Islands, except for the summer months, when temperatures are much more similar. A Portuguese tourist would love the climate in the Canary Islands during all the winter and autumn months. Let us now compare some Italian cities from north to south: Milan, Rome, Naples, and Palermo, and Athens in Greece. Climate in Milan is a bit cold during the winter, but during the summer it is much warmer than the Canary Islands due to the humidity in the area. Lombardy residents would find the climate here in the Canary Islands better all year round. Rome and central Italy enjoy a milder climate than Milan, but it is still different from the Canary Islands. Except for June and September, the rest of the year is colder or much hotter than the Canary Islands. Further south in Italy, Naples, and as we will see, Palermo, has temperatures closer to those of the Canary Islands, although some winter months are significantly colder. However, the humidity in July and August makes the temperatures feel more stifling. May and June and September and October can have very similar climates and temperatures. It can be seen that the temperature curves are very close together. In fact, with the exception of the winter months, temperatures are similar. There is a heat peak in August, but from April to October the weather is pleasant. Although located in the heart of the Mediterranean, Athens does not have very mild temperatures. Winters are a little cold and summers are very hot. Temperatures comparable between Athens and the Canary Islands are only found in the periods between April and May and between September and October. Now let's compare some of the largest European cities, whose climate is certainly not as temperate, and see how they differ from the temperatures in the Canary Islands. Temperatures in Paris only approach those of the Canary Islands in July and August, but they are still slightly lower. The comparison is clear, and we will see this even more clearly in the next cities. London is just below Paris in terms of temperature. In fact, there is a clear difference compared to the Canary Islands, with which London's temperatures only come close in the height of summer. It's easy to see why so many Brits love the Canary Islands. The two temperature ranges never come close to each other, not to mention the rainfall in all northern European cities, which is significantly higher than in many areas of the Canary Islands, and in any case, higher than in all tourist areas. How lucky we are to live in the Canary Islands. Temperatures are also low in Amsterdam, and the range is even wider. The average temperature on one of the warmest days in Amsterdam can be comparable to the lowest temperature on a winter's day here in the Canary Islands. Berlin, on the other hand, is colder than Amsterdam in winter, but warmer in summer. As a result, temperatures in June and July can be comparable to those in the Canary Islands. During the rest of the year, however, the climate is harsher. Nothing represents the continental climate better than Vienna's climate. Very cold and snowy in winter and summers that can also be very hot. Vienna's temperatures are similar to those of the Canary Islands between May and June, but during winter there can be a difference of up to 20 degrees. An example of a northern city is Oslo. where frosts last throughout the winter and maximum temperatures during the summer can be compared to minimum temperatures at night here in the Canary Islands.